Okay, here we are.
Yeah, here we are. So, what's the thing you wanted to talk to me about?
Well, I think we can wait a second. Are you doing okay? I haven't. I know we haven't really talked much. We've been more acquaintances because of Black, and I haven't really seen you since I left with Ebony for something.
Yeah, nah, I'm fine.
As the champion of not doing fine, I can tell you're not fine, but I won't push it.
Just a lot happened. I don't really speak about it at the moment. But I'll be fine eventually.
Well, well, let's. Some recent stuff made me realize I needed to tell some more people about this. And as someone who isn't exactly used to the norm, and since Black briefly told you about it, you remember how he mentioned to you that I wasn't always like this?
Yeah,
It's a long story.
well, I got a ton of time.
Yeah. And my Mobius, there were many scientists who wanted to learn, who were curious about the abilities, the many different powers that Mobians possess but humans don't. For a long time, they were trying to find ways to give humans Mobian the strength powers of Mobians. But it started with, but it didn't. It starts many years ago with as odd as it sounds, a toy company called Playtime Co. Its original founder, Elliot Ludwig, believed kids were the future, something to be protected and raised properly. Wanted to give orphans a chance. So he had an on-site orphanage made inside the factory for where they could grow up and learn and then potentially be adopted by the staff. At least it was a good idea, but things didn't go so well. His daughter passed away, and he sought a way to bring her back. He discovered that in my world, poppy flowers have unique rejuvenative properties. He decided to find a way to bring her back to life. After many experiments, he eventually found something. Just not as many would expect. He discovered a way for a human to exist as something else. A living toy. In a perfect world, it would have ended there. Because it worked. He found a way to revive his daughter in the form of a porcelain doll. But sadly, we don't live in a perfect world. Many years later, after he passed away, the company, the executives took a different approach. Especially after a scientist named Dr. Harley Sawyer came into the picture. The company was falling on some hard times. Lawsuits, decreased profits. They needed to find a way to bring things back to the picture. And Sawyer had the perfect solution. Giant toys capable of replacing the workforce, and capable of having abilities similar to a Mobian's. But unfortunately, to figure it all out, he needed a lot of testing in many subjects. And they had the perfect place to look.
Ugh. Roman BS. Sorry, I don't mean to sound so disgusted by that.
Believe me, it's pretty bad. They had the same construction crew that made Plague Care. They made construct a place called the Game Station where the orphans would be tested for certain traits. And if they did well enough, well, they found a way to convert the poppies into a gas a sedative gas, that when it was time to pick one out, they would use the gas to put the orphans to sleep, and that's kind of how my story started. I used to be a kid named Theodore Gramble. Theo.
But
this one experiment that is unique. One of the earliest ones alongside Poppy. The kid that 1006. Even today we call it the prototype. It's incredibly intelligent and very manipulative. To put into perspective, it once escaped from its cage by taking apart a camera or like a laser or something and made it into a laser pointer to take out the security cameras in its cell. Escaped for several minutes and did some damage before he got put away. into trying to help it escape, but in doing so, I got badly hurt. It helped. It used the opportunity to help me instead. I trusted it. The scientists were intrigued, so when the time came, I was picked as one of the other subjects. Subject 1188, Catnap. Ironically based off one of the toy that caused one of their lawsuits to begin with.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, what? What? Okay. Okay, that's a choice.
Yeah, that's complicated. But all they did, everything that they caused it, and justify what we eventually did. The other toys, myself. There was some, because it didn't just stop when you were it didn't just stop after we were made like this. Deep underground, they had a prison-made laboratories. We were tortured, experimented on, starved, put back together, taken apart and put back together over and over.
I mean, I guess you were also manipulated into forgetting who you were.
Lucky guess. For the longest time before I thought they made me think I was Catnap. Obviously, some of these scientists were corrupt to begin with. Others were different orphans that were brought up to believe that these experiments were actually a good thing. But of course, there were some scientists that thought it wasn't right, and the prototype helped them.
Give me one moment. So sorry. Let me sit down for a few moments.
I know it's hot.
Oh, it's just walking. It's just walking. It's a little difficult right now, as you can probably tell, or if you can't. Poor little ones are not a joke. But, yeah.
Ebony didn't exactly have a good, easy time with Spitfire either, and she's probably not gonna have any easier of a time when power comes around.
Anything else you want to tell me about it?
I do, it's just easier, especially since it'd be better to show you.
Alright. Let's get back up to it then. I just needed a moment to sit down. Alright, get going then. But I guess I kind of understand. In a weird way. It's different, but I mean, it just makes me feel sorry. Roman, I mentioned his name quite a bit with a lot of you. He is our enemy who's fallen to what our world likes to call corruption. And it's a magic that can literally corrupt you, turn you into a monster. It corrodes and twists your mindset. And it's not great.
I am listening, it's just...
I know. And something he liked doing was experimenting. And he ended up creating some very nasty beings. I say beings because they're not mortal, they're just...
They're anomalies.
Kinda. As we found out later, they're not really anomalies. It's just he made them into... what do people like to call creations in our world? Oh, abominations. He turned them into abominations.
Well, despite her appearance, we certainly could have been called abominations. Especially with what they made us into. What they turned us into. What their actions caused us to be.
Well, let's see what you have to show me.
Eventually we had enough. Those traitors, employees, the prototype, us. At the time at that point I thought that I was so blinded and misguided. I thought the prototype would be the one to save us. The multiverse is a funny thing. So many versions of the exact same event with so many ways they can unfold. But no matter what, if there's a Playtime code, this is what always happens.
AUs are weird. They are quite weird. Some are weirder than others, and some have some stuff. But it's always difficult getting AUs.
August 8th, 1995, 11 a.m. I don't remember which. We called it... the hour of joy. for so long. So agonizingly long. Their cries. What's going on? Why is this happening? What are those things? I never realized until later that senseless slaughter, that's all it really was. All that death didn't fix anything. We killed everyone. The guilty, innocent, didn't matter. Then, once it was all over, we dragged those corpses down below where they'd never be found. The prototype said if we tried to go out, we'd be, it would begin all over again. So, we ate the bodies to stay alive. Some tried to fight it. They're its control. I was loyal as always. Many years went by. Following it as if it were a god. With many of the other toys following me to avoid the fate of a heretic. And in return, they were fed. It wasn't until an employee came back to the factory and sacrificed himself. When the prototype tried to kill me, that I realized it was all. I tried to make amends.
That's terrible.
Tried to help the other toys survive. The ones that fought back. But then came Robotnik.
Ugh, those guys, they're always a pain in the butt.
Yeah, some of the executives survived the event, and he caught wind down the grapevine. Wanted the secrets of us to figure out a way to get himself an army. Since, in a way, the experiments worked. You've got glimpses of what I'm capable of. I have abilities similar to Amobians. I even have my own hammer space. And I tried to fight him. A pocket dimension. Where you can store stuff.
Oh, like our little thing.
It's something most
do you
Amobians
want...
have. And I tried to find him, but he decided to try getting rid of me by using a portal. Instead, he threw me into the multiverse where I discovered what my fate was going to be.
Now, I normally ask, but, you know what? Screw it. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here, little guy. Okay. It's okay. It's okay. I have you. It's okay. You know, I'm actually glad I came out. I'm glad you called. In all honesty, I needed the time out. Needed time. Alright.
Umber might be a god killer, and Black might have done some things, but I have, simply put, I have read my ledger, and I do my best to make up for it.
Yeah. I don't know. It's stupid. It's stupid, and I don't know if it's these hormones making it worse or because something happened, and I don't know how to process it.
Something
For
happened with
me,
Bud, didn't it?
yeah. He has something called cyberpsychosis. Something that slowly makes you insane over
I've
time.
heard it. I've heard of it. The body becoming so accustomed or possibly rejecting cybernetics that it causes the person to deteriorate mentally.
And he was getting to that point. So I made one of the potions.
But from what I can see, you were trying to help him, weren't you? You were
I
certainly
was.
doing a good job.
I did what I can, so I made him a potion, and then I got called. You guys needed me to talk to, Dog Day, what's his name? Right?
Yeah.
And, well,
the toy
during
line.
that time,
As far all the toys were based off of the same toy lines the factory were making for the public. Me and Dog Day, you saw Charlie briefly, I think. We are known as the Smiling Critters. Me and Dog Day are quite possibly the last of the bigger body ones.
At least in my world, I'd be the last of the Leviathans, since my kind was killed off.
We don't know what happened to the rest, but we think But you were saying
I think that one of them.
Black.
Well, there's one thing that me and my friends have a little code. When it comes to potions that we don't write down, we ask if it's okay to scan or okay to grab the information, know it. And because it feels like it's a breach of trust. Trusting somebody with a potion. Black, instead of drinking it, scanned it for its content, and it just feels like a breach to me because it's something that just makes it feel like he was just waiting for me to go away. Like, was I being used? I don't know if it's these hormones that are causing the overreaction or just the hurt that it was just something that I felt like was not. I could have helped. If he had just told me. If he had just asked. He had never asked once what the ingredients were.
Hypno, if there's one thing I know about people like scientists, researchers, doctors, when they are met with something new, something unique, interesting that could help other people, they want to know how it works. Yes, he could have made possibly he should have asked you about it first. But I was trying to consider he didn't know about how your people feels about it. He wouldn't have known that it was breaching your trust like that. From the brief interactions I saw between you and him, he genuinely cared about you. From what I can tell, he was from what I know about cyberpsychosis, it takes a very strong force of will to fight, to retain your sanity. And you were an anchor to him. You were helping him get better. So I don't think he would have done that without asking if he knew it was breaching your trust.
Thanks for at least listening. I needed time to clear my head. It was just everything was happening and it just hurt and I didn't think. I just acted. Though I doubt he's gonna even listen. Because if I'm really his anchor, then he's already gone.
What did you do?
Well, remember how I said, I don't know if it's everything happening and I just finally broke, or if it's these damn hormones. But I took off the ring he gave me and I placed it down. And I walked away. Because it hurt. That's all I knew, is that it hurt so much. I couldn't stick around. Not at that moment. So if I'm really his anchor, and I left, then he's already gone. And there's no way to save him.
If there's one thing I learned about with everything that I did, I wasn't exactly on good terms with Dog Day. I never saw it, but he tried to be friends with me. Possibly even more, but I broke that trust. And for a while, look at me with such disdain and didn't want to be around me. But before we talked to each other, before I called you, with a little bit of help from Ebony, I managed to talked to him. He decided to give me one last chance. I know things are different between you and Black, but until death takes you apart, it's almost never too late to make things right.
I just hope you're right. Warn the others.
I hope he hasn't cut off your access. I think he might have
Already had.
And we need to. And if you're gonna make things right, you need to either find a way back into cyberspace, or you need to find someone who does still have it.
I doubt anyone. That motherfucker. Wait a minute. How the fuck did? Hold on. Hold on. Yeah, hold on. No, that just reminds me. How the fuck did Bullet get into cyberspace?
He was never given access.
He was never given access. He just got the fuck here, and he was like, "Oh yeah, hi," and I'm like, and then teleports in and out. Motherfucker.
He must have.
I just thought about that. Hold on one moment.
As advanced as it is, cyberspace is based off technology. And from what you've mentioned, he's pretty smart. He must have. So you could. My thought was kind of jumping the gun and asking one of the deities to help you out, because there's no way Black could block them out fully. But if Bullet has access, maybe he can get you in and you can try to speak to Black.
Yeah, let me just show up with the person who those two still haven't talked things through. I bet my best bet would probably be a deity, but
So
Bullet will my last choice.
The only deities I know of are Cronia and Discord.
Yeah, and I called Discord's name 1,000 times. And he only shows up once, funny enough.
It's a chance you have to. Whatever method you take, it's a chance you have to take.
Alright. And thank you again for having to deal with my mess. I'd like to talk to you more.
Thanks.
Mainly because our world is quite, messy.
Thanks for thanks for being understanding.
I'm only doing this really quick. This is the Arcadian form of what the hell I am. You haven't seen the full thing, but that thing's scary and monstrous as absolute hell. And that is a corrupt beast. And I only did it for a second because it costs me drinking blood in order to even...
The scientists designed me to be able to breathe out the red smoke. If it doesn't knock you out, it causes you to have vivid, terrifying hallucinations.
Oh, goodness me. You know? You know, I am so tempted to...
And that's not even talking this, and it's not even talking the abilities I gained thanks to the multiverse.
I'm tempted to ask you for the black or the red smoke, because if he gets too aggressive, knockout gas.
That depends if a cyberware won't counteract it. And I don't, and I...
True.
Using it brings up bad memories for me. I don't really use it anymore unless, say for when I can't control it when I get too stressed. It's good. When you're ready, it's good talking to you. Dave went to talk to Bullet because we're having some trouble in my world. But in terms of stuff like, and perhaps there's other ways we could work together on stuff.
Anything? I'm always available.
I'm sure Charlie would like to talk with you about magic stuff. I don't fully understand it, but upon going into the multiverse, us toys have found we have unique abilities. I can manipulate energy in general. He has the spark for magic. Who knows what Dog Day has?
But I'll have to wait till these guys are born, because like,
Yeah.
it's already getting harder. It's already getting harder and harder to breathe. And that says something. I think within a month or two, they'll be popping out. But for now, I think it's time to plan. I don't know what's gonna happen.
In more ways than one. We just got rid of Metallic's, but one of his robots has taken his place. There's still a bunch of other things to take care of, and that's not even counting what I have to deal with in my world.
You wanna know something that's funny? That just awfully reminds me of my world. Because no matter what, in all honesty, each time reminds me too much of my own world. No matter what, if we take care of one person, 3 more come back just to get rid of us. Drama is always filled with me.
Even before Robotnik showed up with his ever-growing and advancing robots, I had to deal with the prototype, with Sawyer, who became an experiment himself after making too many messes he couldn't clean up, and the toys, they're still loyal to him.
Oof.
A lot of the ones that followed me defected when I joined the rebellion, you could call it. But when your only choices are work with this guy or get killed or starve to death.
How's the food source?
I have to remember this happened. Our joy happened in the 90s. We've been down there for a couple decades at this point.
Yeah, I can see why.
I've been doing my best to help out with stuff since I have my own pantry, but it's not easy. Ebony was going to help out a bit before the Genesis wave.
So basically, after I am done being pregnant, do my shows, gain a shit ton of money, and buy a lot of food. Got it. Actually, funny enough, my stage name back in Arcadia and anytime I travel is Ruse. Because, all honesty, I love doing shows.
But I imagine you. It's been nice talking to you. Really, it has.
Yeah.
Still,
It
though,
has.
it's gonna get dark soon.
I never minded the dark. I always loved the stars. But that's a thing for another day. I've got some planning to do, and I believe Bullet has his hands full.
Yeah.
How much do you want to bet that he's already dressed up as a pretty little princess?
Well, like I said, Dog Day went to go talk to him.
So he's probably at the hotel.
A fair amount of the toys that are trying to just survive and not fight are in this one place we call Safe Haven. But Sawyer has means to control a lot of stuff in the prison we used to be trapped in, but Safe Haven has a generator that runs off its own grid. It's kept us safe many times, but it's had its issues. Right now, it's starting to get old. And any spare parts we have are old too.
I see the problem. Well, he would also if he gets a chance, he'd probably try to hack them too. Oh, I'd love to see how that battle would play out, but can't see shit. Damn. He better record it. I swear if he doesn't record that shit, I'm gonna be pissed. I would like to know how that doctor plays out.
Basically, imagine a human mind inside the computer system of the entire factory.
Oh man, it's gonna be a fun day for him. I wish it was.
He has what we call an Omni Hand. It's a key, a battery, the master control for anything inside the whole thing. Made by the executives. He got his hands on one during the Hour of Joy, and now he uses it to control the whole prison as he pleases. And that was before he got his hands on some on tech from here, thanks to Robotnik, along with other universes.
Bullet is gonna have fun, isn't he? Damn. But for now, we should get back.
I don't know much about Bullet, but I wish him luck since Sawyer has the absolute solver in his tool belt.
Well, we faced odds that were difficult before, or nearly impossible. I'd love to see how Bullet handles the situation where nothing's gonna work his way. But for now, we should be heading back. Bye-bye for now.
Same to you.